community, comedian, and before picture model Jacques Lambert with a Dante's comedy tip about Dante's comedy tips. Master's classes are between 2 and 5 hours long. Dante just hit tip 300 at 2 minutes a pop. That's the equivalent of the longest 2 master's classes you can take. There is nobody more qualified to run a master's class in comedy than Dante. Dante has succeeded and failed in every aspect of the business in his 38 years out there. He's been a writer, a producer, a performer, an agent, a manager, a booker, all of it. On both sides of the camera, he has done it. And his tips come from somebody who, hey, this is what I did right to get me from point A to point B to point C. Hey, this is how I messed up and I went from point C to point B to point A. He's dealt with the most successful people. He's dealt with the most talented people. He's dealt with the greatest comics you never heard of because they couldn't get out of their own way. And that's what these tips are about. He's been putting them out there for years. And it's stuff that when I got into comedy a few years ago, I wouldn't have thought of. Hey, you and a few buddies are getting to go from Boston to Montreal to do a couple shows. Who's going to drive? Who's the most sober one? Who should drive? How are you going to work out who listens to what music on part of the drive? You don't want to have an uncomfortable drive up there, throw your shows off, and have a horrible ride coming back. Those are stuff you would never thought of. Hey, this manager wants to work with me. How great. I'm going to sign whatever paperwork. No. It might be a great manager who's not a great manager for you. It might be a really awesome agent, but not the right agent for you. Here's what to look for. Here's what not to look for. That's what he has put out there. He has looped in some of his comedy friends to put out some of these tips. Bookers, agents. He's brought all these people under the tent to help all of us. And I've only been in this for a few years. And truly, it is ridiculous things I've got to do in my limited time and my limited comic ability, but I've gotten further than anybody could have imagined. And it has so much to do with these Dante comedy tips. So Dante, thank you for putting out what you have. Continue to do it, please. And most importantly, don't forget
to click